Hello everyone, Pockets here, back again playing some more EVE Online. And we are once again on our Vindicator, sort of Damocles. Going to take another look at blitzing, or speedrunning, some emerging conduits. So I've been talking to Nova about his fit, and gave me some pointers on how I can speed it up and some of the things I was doing wrong play. I knew it was going to be an execution issue, that's kind of why I was slow in my first video. So there's a few things I've changed just to get that extra speed. But I wanted to talk a few minutes first about the purpose of this fit and kind of what I'm doing here, because there seems to be a lot of confusion. There's a lot of people giving very good fitting advice for running the emerging sites outside of what I'm trying to do here. So the idea was to get a ship, a battleship probably, as cheap as we can, but to run sites as fast as we can. So it's not about a budget fit, it's about squeezing the most out of a limited amount of ISK, right? So the original fit for this, when I bought it, I spent 520 million in JITA for the ship, and that was as fit, and that's kind of almost exactly what I'm running right now. I made a couple little changes just for me, but 520 million ISK for the original fit. Now the price of some of the modules and the ship has gone up, probably due to how good they are at running the emerging sites. So I have seen that. So I took a look today at my original fit without the implants. And I think I can just do that. And yeah, so in JITA right now, it's if you just do buying from sell orders, it's 625 million. If you have a little more patience, you can get it down to around 700. Again, the hull went up a fair bit. And some of the blasters, like the blasters, seem to have gone up a little bit. The hardener has gone up a little bit, like 3 million. So some of the prices have increased, so it will obviously vary. 700 million right now without the implants that I run. And I have run this a couple times without my ass claps, and it does work. It just, when you do get the 3 blaster, whoops, that's not the right one. If you do get the 3 Raznabor Kikimora spawn, you may have to dock up to repair after, which will slow you down. So I'm running it with the Asclepian clone. So this here, mid-grade Asclaps. These have also gone up in price a little bit since the emergence came out because they seem to work very well in it. I bought it early, which is nice. I spent about half, well, maybe a little more than half. I think I spent about 600 million on it. I'll have to see what they go for now, but if we look at this, we can look at Appraisal. This is the full fit with the mid-grade Asclepians in it. So you get 1.3 billion or 1.1 billion if you take your time and do it with buy orders. You can get some stuff made if you have, like, the ammo can be built, but I mean the cost of the ammo is negligible. So 1.1 to 1.3 billion in JITA right now to set up exactly as I have right now. Alright, so we'll take a quick look at the fitting here. So basically the same, T2 guns. I am running Void now. You can run Void for the whole thing. If you don't mess up, you never have to switch to a tracking ammo or a more distance ammo. I am going to carry some Fed Navy ammo with me just to have the extra range if something goes wrong, which we'll talk about in a second. I did up the T2 webs to the Stasis Webifier webs, which does bring up the cost about 60 mil, give or take. I already had these, so I threw them on. The T2s work unless you mess up the grab on the Vedmak. If he gets outside that 10-kilometer range, it gets really hard to kill him, and that's when you can run into some trouble with tank and speeds. So I just threw these back on, upgraded that, just to have that extra little buffer in case I mess up, which happens a lot. I ran a couple tests. I'll show you the wallet for that. I did run a few tests, and I messed up two of the grabs. Yeah, I messed up 2 of the grabs, and I almost had to warp off. Target Painter, again, a lot of people are telling me that I shouldn't fit a Target Painter tracking computer. I like the Target Painter here because the Damaviks have such a small signature radius that even the drones struggle to hit them. So blooming that up allows the drones to hit a little bit, it allows our guns to hit, seems to be a little better than a little extra tracking. It feels better. We can math it out. It may be that it's wrong, but it feels right to me, so that's there. For the batteries, you can run a Republic Fleet battery because you want the extra resistance to neuting. And a T2 battery here does work fine, but I have this upgraded Republic Fleet battery and Abyssal upgraded battery, so I get a slight bonus to my slight bonus to my cap fitting, or battery, CPU fitting, wow, right there, CPU usage, and a slight negative to my power grid, but I have lots of room for both, so it's not a big deal. But it gives me slightly upgraded bonus to cap resistance warfare, which is nice. So it's almost like having a Thukker battery, And I rolled a bonus to my gigajoule bonus, my capacitor bonus, so it gives me a bit more capacitor to work with. But the T2 does work fine. It's just I have it. I want to start using abyssal mods. I'm going to start rolling a lot of these and upgrading the ship if I stay with it, just because it's fun. So kept the damage control too, kept the explosive resist. This keeps us balanced. A lot of people are telling me that I don't need to resist certain things, but balance just works best for me. It feels comfortable. I have toyed with switching this out for a reactive hardener, and I maybe with the battery upgrade it will work, but that does put a little more pressure on my capacitor, so keeping it as the passive for now. T2 large armor upper, again, we could bling this out if we want a little bit more buffer. A lot of people running the X-type dead space mods, Centus or Corpus, whatever you can get in there. But we're going to do it with the T2 because, again, and then 2 damage mods, 2 resist mods. These you could, again, bling out to the Imperial Navy ones. I do have them, but I'm doing it with the T2s. And using Berserkers for my drones. Could use Ogres. If that feels better to you, by all means, go use Ogres. I see the Ogres may do better against the Vedmak and maybe the Kikis, but I think the Berserkers do better against the frigates. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. They both do the right damage type, explosive thermal, so it's in that range. And the Ogres do more paper damage, but I just like the feeling of the Berserkers. They move faster, so I can recall them quicker. Whatever I need to do, that's up to you. Fit whatever you like. Both of them work. When I fly Berserkers, I get told to fly Ogres. When I fly Ogres, I get told to run Berserkers. And occasionally I get told to run Vespas. Not Vespas. Not Wardens. I can't remember the other Caldari drone. That's okay. Wasps. Alright. And then, so the other big change, so the ammo. I'm running Void. I'm carrying Fed Navy. So if I do miss the grab initially on the Vedmak and he gets outside the 10 to 13 kilometer range of the blasters, you got to switch to the Navy ammo. You can see this is left over from my last run. I made pretty good money there. We're just going to throw this into the bin here real quick, not bring it with us. I'm just going to throw it here for now. I'll sort it later. So you can see the other 2 bits of the change is the agency booster, which you've seen me use before. I get these with the LP that we make running these sites. I go drop some of those surveys off at the Dead Space Station to sell them in, and I usually up my quantity of these. I'm down to 4, so I'm gonna have to get some more. And the drop booster. Now I did buy improved drop boosters. You can use standard. It works just fine. When I was at Dodixie, there was like two of the standards, and they were 3 times as much. So I just bought the improved. You can get these. I think you go to Jita, you can get the standard for like 2 million. I'm gonna see if I can find it here for you. So if we turn this on, so you can see, boom. And we're going to do standard. I think this works. Drop, and it should find. Whoop, not Derpo. That's me typing as Derpo. I think I can just type it in here. If not, we'll launch the other site. No, it doesn't work. Okay. Go to the other site. Marketeer. Leave marketer. We can start typing standard drop booster. So in Jita, they're like, right here, that's Jita. So they're 3 million. So they're half as much. You get a 25% bonus instead of a 30% bonus. This will, if you don't have the skills, you have to re-roll them. So we're going to do this live, so I can show you how to do it. But yeah, so it's a lot cheaper if you buy them in Jita. I just happen to get these for like 6 million a piece in Dodixie. Improved in Jita right now is, 7 million. So twice as much, but usually one site pays for it, so if you're going to do many sites in a row, whoops, keep doing that. I'm going to delete this one because I don't need it. I keep clicking on it. Alright, so yeah, so we're going to roll this up. Now I'm going to do it live because if I don't get a good roll, so for boosters, I don't use a lot of boosters. The ones I use don't have negatives. This one does have. I'll actually just show you the info. I'm going to carry this one with me. I do use them out of my inventory, but I bring one with me in case I'm running longer than an hour. So it goes a 31% bonus to tracking. That's guaranteed. You have a 30% chance of side effect, and then these are the side effects, the negatives. So the one that we really don't want is this one, and probably this one, though it shouldn't matter because we don't usually shoot out past our fallout anyway. So if I get an armor repair penalty, I will re-roll it. If I get anything else, I'm just going to go with it. This doesn't matter at all, and this matters only a little bit because really it's about the tracking. They're going to be in close enough. So we're going to roll this up and see what we get. So I'm going to use the one out of my inventory here. So there it is. You'll see it up here. There we go. So we got tracking speed, and we got the shield capacity, so we are good to go. We don't need to re-roll it. And let's just get out there. I will pop this as well. If I have one in my inventory, I don't. Usually want to pop this when we're running the first site, but it lasts an hour as well, so this way it times them together so they're not staggering, and I don't have to pop the mid site or when I can just I can just refresh both at the same time. Yeah, so this is cool. If I don't mess it up, this should be very fast. It has been very quick kills. I'll show you here. So I had to stop and repair between each of these because I messed them up and I didn't do them efficiently. They didn't run quite as fast. But you can see even with the mess up, there's a 10-minute run here and a 12-minute run here. And this second one, this 12-minute, I had to, the second site, I docked up, I repaired, I warped to the site, there was somebody already there. I took 2 jumps and then started the next site and still did it in 12 minutes. And when I was doing that, I wasn't wearing my Asclepian clone. I was in just my Ascendancy clone, actually, my Blitzing clone. So that helped with the warp speed a little bit, but that's it. So it is interesting. So 12 minutes, including 2 jumps, and that was a repair, a jump to a site, 2 gate jumps, and then a jump to a second site before I started the second run. So that gives an indicator that, assuming I don't mess up, this should be pretty quick. I know Nova's showed a video of doing a basic run in 5 minutes. I would say with waiting for the site spawn and the warping, 6 to 7 minutes should easily be achievable between payout to payout as I measure it. And okay, so while we're warping, hopefully we'll find a clean one in Castlemon. I want to talk about the other thing, the sequencing. So my biggest problem was how I was applying my modules, my targets, to my targets. Now let's reload this. So I was double webbing each target, and then I was waiting for the webs to land and then shooting. So I was having a big delay between targets, and that was the problem. So apparently there's no need to double web. You web the target. So I will double web the Vedmak just so he doesn't get out of range. We kill him. But starting there, you put 1 web on your primary target, you put your target painter and your guns on that target, and then you web a secondary target, and your drones are fighting a third target. And then when you kill the target, 1 or 2 shots, it's really fast. Like you're constantly pressing buttons almost. Because you're constantly pressing buttons, which makes it fun. As soon as that target's down, while your guns are cycling down, you're putting your webs on a new third target that's not the drone's target, and then putting your target painter on your pre-web target, and then shooting him immediately. Just as soon as the guns are ready. There should be as little downtime as possible between the guns firing, is the target. We have 28 people here. We're going to go see. D-Scan says Raven Navy might be in there. No, 16 kilometers. He's too close. Yeah, no, I think we're going to be okay here. It's within scan range, so all right. So yeah, that was the biggest thing, was my sequencing. That trims it down so much because your drones are going to do, especially if you can get your drones on one of the non-primary Kikimoras, they do pretty well against them. And you're 1 or 2 shotting, so you don't want your drones on the target that you're shooting. That is for sure. Because by the time they started applying damage, it's pretty much dead. Alright, so we're going to, from here to here, we're going to try to grab back here. Did I get it? I did not. So we're going to look at it. We went a little further back. This one. And we're warping to 78 kilometers. 80 works as well. And you can see as soon as we start warping, it focuses back on our ship, which is nice. I'm trying 78 because that's what Nova did. I have been pointing out that 80 is better. We're going to see. I'll try it this way. I mean, it depends on how far back this is as well. But you can see, like, we're right above it. It would have been. I'm going to start trying to find one that's low because I always seem to be above it. So I can find a rock that's a little lower. Maybe that'll help. Oh, shit. It's too busy talking. This is a nice light wave. We're just going to fire everything at the first target we grab. We are moving, so we're going to be a little bit bad on tracking. But once we're in here, we're not far at all. So we don't have to get too close. We don't want the Vedmak to bump us. So you don't want to be in it as far as I usually get. Okay, and we're going to take one of the webs off. Because you want to pre-web your next target so he's slowed down before you get to him. We are going to be a little hard on the tracking. Can I get my web on him? Thank you. And like, that's close enough right there probably. So we're going to drop the MTU. And then we're going to target painter. Guns are done cycling. Shoot them up. We can web this guy, even though he's going to probably be dead before we get to him, but that would be the sequence. You want this thing slowed down, and then you want to target painter. Wait for the guns. Guns. One shot. Okay. We did not get Azorius, but we did get Rasnaborg. So we're going to take out these Rasnaborg Kikis first. If the drones are on one, that's fine. We're going to leave them. But that is going to be primary. Realistically, I should have just targeted them and then pre-cycled my weapons, but... And we're going to pre-web this one. We're going to let the drones do their thing. We're going to move these. Ugh. We're going to leave those for the drones. So webs. Come on. Which one is it? 2. Target paint guns. Drones are doing their thing. And we're just going to work our way through the list this way, and the drones are going to work their way this way. It's kind of the plan. See how much faster this is going? Pre-web. Target painter. Guns. And the timing is because you got to wait for your things to cycle down. That's the only hard part, really. We're going to pre-web. Target painter. Guns. Oops. Well, that's fine. I pre-webbed the wrong target. That's okay. I didn't switch targets, but that's okay. It still works. Sometimes you get these in one. It's beautiful. We're going to zoom in because we don't need to see out so far. All right. And we're going to web this, even though it's going to die soon. And boom. Did I get my guns on? No, there we go. We're going to start repping. Probably should have wept a second ago, but boom. 2, 3, 4. And we want everything on him, like right from the get-go. He has to die as quick as we can. You can see we're going to grab him. He's a little further out than I would like. So this would be a point where he may outdistance us. But we'll see here. He's going to get it. Yeah, see, I wasn't close enough on my initial. But that's going to be a problem. We're going to probably switch ammo here very quickly. We do have him webbed, so the drone should be okay. Next time I'm going to get a little closer. I think I let him get too far out. We're going to switch one web now to here. Okay. Let the drones do whatever. We're going to quickly get our guns on this guy. We're okay. We're gonna go a little bit into structure, but we're going to start killing things really fast now. See, I even got him dead before I could get my other targeting up, but that's okay. So we're going to pre-rep this one. And we're now just going to work our way through everything. And we're going to quickly recover our tank now, because things are going to just die fast. I'm just going to let the... Yeah, it's okay. So I didn't get close enough. I thought I was closer, and I just wasn't. Wait for the web to decycle. That was a little bit off. I could have started shooting that guy, but... Okay. Okay. And drones are doing that, guys. That's fine. And you can see our tank is recovering a little bit. And it's just a matter of which web you put on, because sometimes I accidentally turn off the wrong web. But you can see how quick that was. I didn't look at the time when I started. I should have. Can I get the web on this guy? Thank you. Whew. Alright. And we'll just target painter and shoot this guy. Get it done. And then we're going to let our repper go while this loots. One of the things you can do is you pick the further away wrecks that don't have loot in them and you shoot them. We'll get this one. If you do that, then it speeds up how quick the tractoring is. He always takes the next one that's closest and tractors it in. So that's a good way to sort of speed things up a little as well. If you are a little late on the MTU or there was a lot of loot, like this one had a lot in it. Look at that, 46 million. So that's paid for everything I've done up to this point. All of my ammo I've used, all of my boosters, everything. So it's now paid for. And then we scoop this. So hopefully post, when I'm recording it, I'll take a look at the start time and I'll get an idea of how long that actually took. But mostly what I'm interested in is in the payout to payout distance. How long it took us to pay out. We are going to probably go to the next site immediately. We're close enough to repped that by the time we actually land, we'll probably be full. But yeah, it's definitely an interesting little gambit here. So I flubbed a little bit, but not much. I missed the Vedmak. That thing goes down a lot faster when you catch it in range. That's my last cycle there as well. That's beautiful. So I'm going to go closer. I'm going to go more into the void. What you don't want to do is get into... If you get in too close, you bounce, and that really messes it up. Because when they spawn, you sort of fire off. So you don't want to get in the middle. But yeah, so we got a little bit into structure, but we can live with that. We can run 2 or 3 sites before we have to worry about structure. And if we don't mess up the Vedmak, we don't even worry about it. Because he dies so fast. And that's where a lot of that damage came from, was taking so long to kill the Vedmak. Definitely gunning down the Kikimoras is priority 2. The Rasnaborg ones anyways. The longer they're on the field, the more they ramp up, the more painful they get. So, I have tried killing the Zorias first. Oops. Wow. Totally messed up my scrolling. How does that work? Is that one close enough? Nope. Again, we grab that one. It's a little bit further back. It's this one. Warp within 78. That'll switch our camera back. I want to actually go look at it when we're... But I'm too busy. I was wondering if there's one down here, but it doesn't appear to be. If there's one below it, that'd be great. So we're warping. We want that Rasnaborg Kiki first. And we're going to get going. We're going to be into armor pretty quick, but we want that Raz Kiki. I clicked like a bajillion times. So we're going to pre-web this one. Actually, that's going to be my drone's target. We're going to pre-web this one. Get the drones on here. Okay, so pre-web, target painter, guns. Just waiting for the cycle to be done. And we're going to just start repping. We have the capacitor for it. And I don't want to hit the second wave if we get a big wave. So I kind of want to get in. It's hard to say how close we actually are because there's nothing to measure off of. But I think I'm just going to go in. I'm going to drop the MTU now because we can always come back to it. And that'll give us another idea of how kind of close we are. We're looking good right there. I think that's close enough. Am I not shooting? I am shooting. I want to stop so we can actually track. So the moving actually really, really affects our tracking, and that's why that took so long. So we're going to web this guy. We're going to target painter and shoot. There we go. And we're stopped now, so we almost one-shotted him. That was beautiful. We'll know how close we are with the second wave. We are just going to shoot. We're over-repping. And boom, okay. Yeah, that's nice. That should be good. Assuming this is where he's going to spawn too. We're just going to shoot the first thing we grab. There's nothing here that's super, super scary. Boom, one shot. Wow, okay. 1, 2, 4, 1. Drones go here. Probably should take him out quicker. Drones can go here. We're going to take him out next. 4. Pre-web 3. See? I didn't... Oh, I got the guns and then I didn't get the guns. There we go. Doesn't matter. We still got them. Let's get the repper turned on. And guns. And guns, I said. So they cycle it. It looks like it's done, but there's still like a fraction of a second delay. So web. Target painter guns. Beautiful. Boom. And now let's not miss the Ved. Okay. Target painter guns. Vedmak. We're going to approach him again and everything on him. This time he's closer. Hopefully he doesn't get out of range of our guns before we really get on him. We're going to leave the repper on even though we're slightly over-repping because we're going to start taking damage here in a second. So this should just stop him. We'll get the drones on him too, and you'll see how fast he melts now that he's not getting outside of our range here. We are going faster than he is, so he will no longer pull any range. And you can see it's still inside the T2. Oh shit. Let's actually be ready to kill things, so we can stop this. We are not quite, but we're just going to stop dead in our tracks. And now we got to wait for some loot. We're just going to... The first thing we lock up gets blasted. Give me one of the destroyers. That was I got so excited about catching the Vedmak properly that I forgot to target up my next targets, but that's okay. And now we just work our way through the list. So this is the first 4, and guns. This is next. This is next. The harrowing, getting rid of the harrowing will also be good. So that's 3, 4, target painter guns. This is 2, and target painter guns. And you can see the tank is holding. We're going to target up these last things. This is 3, target painter guns. Yep. A little bit of a delay on the last kills here, but 3, 2, target painter guns, drones. And that was a nice run. We are a little bit camping out, but that is okie dokie. Let's just target painter guns. We'll slow this guy down. And let's see what we got here. We can start heading back. Target painter guns. So that starving was on the field a little longer, and that was the second site. So that's pretty good. All right. That's our payout. We're going to head back to there. We're going to get this in. There's not a lot to loot, and there's no loot left, so it doesn't matter. So we can reload. One more cycle to this, I think. So let's see. While we're closing the distance, let's stop there. So that was 2 and 6, 8 minutes. 8 minutes, that is not bad. That is sustainable. And that wasn't perfect because I did have to wait for the first loot. Remember? Oh no, did I warp right away? I warped right away. So 8 minutes, that's not bad. If you're factoring in a minute between sites and a minute to warp, that's 6 minutes. We can actually just loot this. Let's do one more. Nothing, eh? That was a shitty site, okay. Like, nothing. We're going to do one more rep here. So we did over-rep a fair bit, but that's okay. We're going to do one more site and see how we do. But you can see how much faster that went doing the proper sequencing and not missing the catch on that Vedmak, keeping them under 10 kilometers so that everything's hitting fairly well. Okay. So we're coming in with full armor. And I mean, if we got into the triple Kiki and I did mess up that initial lock, I forgot to pre-lock any of the dangerous stuff. So there was a gap there as well. If we get the triple Kiki Mora, we could still struggle. We may have to overheat our armor repper. If this is something I'm in, and I think I am having a lot of fun with this ship, so I'm thinking this is going to become my go-to for the soloing emergings, and I'll bring it to everything from doing it with groups too. So I'm probably going to just, you know, I'll up the repper to an X-type, which I think I already have one. And I'm going to up the resist mods. I may even up the repper and the resist mod and then swap out for an extra damage mod instead of the 2 energized plating. I got it. First try. That might actually be a little bit over to the left, but that's okay. But that is okay. I'm going to dropping the MTU right away because there's time for me to slow boat over to it between sites because there's that minute. And that'll stop it from having to wait for like a loot later. The second they show up, we start targeting. And one of the wet webs, one of the... Okay, and we are now moving in. We're going to drop the MTU now because we're pretty close. And then we're going to get this guy out there on this. Because we're going to take this Raznaborg out with our guns. Doesn't look like we're going straight at it, so we're going to turn a little bit. Get our repper on. I didn't pre-web because I'm not paying attention, but that's okay. We'll start now. We're going to get this guy out next, actually. Why are the guns not firing, please? I thought it was decycled, but I guess it wasn't. We're way far out this time. Like, that is quite the haul. Pre-web. We are really far out this time. That is not good. So, I think I grabbed one that was higher. I'm going to need to make sure I grab the right one. I can pre-web that. 4. 1, 4. Let's put the drones over here because they don't need to be on my target. We can stop repping for this after this cycle just to conserve a little bit of capacitor. That did not web. So sometimes it doesn't look like it actually registers. I think there's key lag somewhere. Maybe my timings are just off. Okay, that's wave 1. We want those Rasnaborgs dead, dead, dead. We're going to start repping because they're going to start ramping up pretty quick. Having Rav... Oops, that's not right. I hit the wrong key. Because they're going to ramp up before I get a chance to actually shoot any of them. Okay, and you go here, please. Because you do better against these destroyers. And we're going to just heal these in this order. Let's pre-web this. Pre-web this. Target painter guns. Waiting for that cycle to appear. We're actually going to be probably able to stop repping after this one. Pre-webbed. He's going to be a quick kill once we get to him. Shit. I just turned off my web. It's okay. Turn it back on right away. Wow. I messed that up a little bit. We're going to pre-web. We're going to start repping. 1 rep cycle. Damn it. I'm going to start repping. Yeah, I should have just left it on. I want to pre-rep. We're going to stop for a second. And we're going to do this. And then we're turn the repper on. And we're going for this guy. Everything's on him. 1, 2, 3, 4. Webs 2, please. All right. And then start getting that guy. These guys. Destroyers first. We caught him close that time. So we're going to do a little more damage because he's not as far out. And when he's almost dead, we're going to drop one of the webs. Just so we can pre-web. Let's just see here. So we can pre-web one of these Rasnaborg Kikis. We're going to stop. Whoops, I guess I missed that opportunity. I don't know what's going on. I accidentally clicked one of my webs off. That's fine. We don't want that one webbed. No, go here. What's going on? I think they switch targets every so often, and I don't know why they do it, but they do. Sometimes those drones have a mind of their own. You guys are going to go here. We are going to... What? That was... I switched my drones. That one was me. So I'm fumbling a little bit. But I think I still managed to keep it fairly stabilized. We're definitely not going to have a problem with tanking, so that's good. Let's get Starvings off the board here next. We got to get this Raz off as well. So that'll be my next drone target. Can we get guns going? That would have been good. I pressed it. I know I did. Okay. And 2. And 1 and 4. We're good. We're good. I think a blinding is probably the most damaging. No, that Damavik is what's hurting us. So we'll get him after this. That's okay. I know, capacitor's almost out. Can I get my guns on him? I tried. No, you come deal with this guy, please. No, this guy. Guess it doesn't matter now. We're about to apply guns. Cool, we got it. We got it. When we get the last one, we're going to start slow boating because it's going to be slow. Yeah, that's okay, dudes. We got this. Okay. And before we get too fast, we should be able to take this guy out. There we go. Whoo. How's the MTU doing? There is nothing left to grab. There's no loot. So that is fine. We can reload. All right. Keep the repper going for a minute. Let's see. 9 minutes. Not even. So yeah, that seems to be about right. Again, I got some sequencing off. There is some blinging we can do to make it even faster if we wanted to, but I think that's going to be your best bang for your buck. It's nice. I know smart bombing is faster, but it's also a lot more dangerous because if someone warps in and gets hit by your bombs, you get concorded and lose your whole ship, and the bombs you need to do it are very expensive right now. They're like between 2 and 4 million a piece, because you need the ones that have extra range. So I think this is the way to go, and this is the way I'm going to do it. I'll probably end up blinging a bit more of it because I do like it, but as you can see, it's not really necessary. I definitely think the Asclepian clone is a definitely good way to go. If you don't do the clone, get the upgraded Repper module, go to an X-type Dead Space module, and maybe even the Imperial Navy Energized platings. But that's really only necessary if you're going to not use the clone. I think the clone is awesome because you get the training bonus, and it works for so many other projects. But I'm tired. But that's going to be it for this video, guys. As always, leave your comments in the comment section down below. Check the description for the fits. It should be there. I'm going to have the fit with the implants ready for you guys to go. And yeah, feel free to comment on the video. Just understand the point of the video in that, yes, there are other fits that are cheaper that can run it. There are other fits that are more expensive that can do it without struggle. There's some fits you can do almost entirely AFK, but that's not the point of this fit. This is about running them as quick as we can and having fun while doing it. Alright, guys. That's it. I'm tired. I'm done rambling. Thanks for sticking with me. As always, take care of each other, and I'm out of here. See you next time.